So good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning, and came out in blue, man. Yeah, man. I'm blending in with the background, kinda. Right, so good morning. It is Tuesday morning in Trinidad and Tobago, and a beautiful Tuesday morning at that. And we got a few things to get to. All right, it's all on the front page of the paper this morning. Of course, the government or the United National Congress, they had their Monday night forum last night, where several ministers took to the platform, gave an account to the people, and the Prime Minister had a fiery contribution. But as a matter of fact, it's on the headline paper this morning. PM warns corrupt officials, I'll bust your head. This is what she said, you know. She said, I'll bust your head, you know, don't play with me. Right? And I will read that article for you in a little bit, okay? Also in the news today, Commissioner of Police promises more police on roads. CPEP file sent to DPP. Activist says end SOE and return inmates to prison. Second autopsy says that Jasha's death triggered by meds. We're going to get to that story as well. And only do jump ahead, eh? All right? And government commits to more money for PANIS. All right? Cool, man. So, like I said, boss head for corrupt officials, we'll come back to that. After 5 lives lost to accidents last weekend, Minister and Commissioner of Police promised more police and licensing officers on the road. You understand what I'm saying? Now, this is what stupid drivers put the rest of us under. More police observation and license officers, so we could get more tickets, because everybody wants to speed, because Trinidad and Tobago is this big place, and anywhere you're going, it will take you too long. You understand what I'm saying? I come from 2 islands, right, over the last couple months here. One ain't had no traffic lights. They just have laws, but they have no traffic lights. That's in Vincent and the Grenadines. People driving, going about their business. You ain't seeing no police trafficking, nobody in the road, nothing like that. Right? Antigua, they have traffic lights. But to say, well, it have policing every citizen, no. You understand what I'm saying? But in Trinidad and Tobago, you know, we had to have, you know, an increase in road fatalities and accidents that will lead to more police being committed to the road instead of going after violent crime and violent criminals and coming after the driver. Thanks to the errant drivers there for that gift, that wonderful gift that we will get this year. Commissioner of Police says more prisoners move to military bases from the maximum security prison. Defense Minister on UNC anti-crime plan, 12 of 60 points implemented in first 100 days. While the opposition questions the government's crime plan, Minister of Defense Wayne Sturge said it has already implemented 12 out of the party's 60-point plan within its first 100 days in office. And you could read that on page 5. $250,000 bail for Mova man on prison and prison smuggling charge. What else we have in the paper this morning? Court says CPEP case file sent to DPP. First wave movement says end SOE and return inmates to prison. Attorney says police statements false and misleading. Rajai Ali never threatened me. Health Ministry announces investigation committee. Jasha Francois second autopsy. Death triggered by medication. I'll get to that. Education Ministry says new term schedule will provide better balance. And government commits to new PAN headquarters, promises more money for PANIS. I have no problem with that. I think World Steel Pan Day was on August the 8th. It was yesterday? World Steel Pan Day? Today is what? Oh, today is the 12th. All right, sorry. Yeah. We came back when? On the 7th? I lost track there, yes, boy. You sure it's the 11th, boy? Yeah. The 11th. Oh, I'm seeing here, what I'm seeing is Nutrition Silver Star Steel Orchestra plays on World Steel Pan Day, Woodford Square, Port of Spain on August 8th. Yeah, that's what it says. It was yesterday. But the 8th was what, Friday? But this was in Times Square. This was All Stars in Times Square. And this was over the weekend. On World Steel Pan Day, this was over the weekend. This wasn't yesterday. You saying when you Google it, it's saying it's 11th of August? I'll look in to see here. If it's saying anything with 11th of August, because Chris is the only person that apparently had that information. But I ain't seen nothing about 11th of August here. Yeah, what I seeing? Woodford, World Steel Pan Day, Woodford Square, Port of Spain on August 8th. Duke Street, World Steel Pan Day, Duke Street, Port of Spain on August 8th. So, let me see. 11th of August marks World Steel Pan Day. Okay. Well, we have it as the 8th of August in Trinidad then. Well, we can have it wherever day we want, as we invent it. If we say the 31st of December is World Steel Pan Day, it's World Steel Pan Day. Right? We could do that. We don't have to go by the 11th of August. Alright? Nice one. Alright. So with that, I'm going to toss the paper to the side because you already got all of the information that you need out of there with the headlines. But that was, just go back to that now. Because we headed to New York City later this month. All right, and this year, look at people now, boy. Yeah, Steel Pan, you know, All Stars, you know. Yeah, man. And we're gonna be in New York City very soon. So it was interesting to see this, you know. The amount of people that came out taking the steel pan in Times Square. This is no small thing, eh? This is the steel pan in Times Square, New York City. Jamming. You understand? Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Lovely. I feel like I know that fella in the red jersey and the white hat, you know. Yeah, boy. Those are good vibes. Those are good vibes. Oh, yeah, man. All right. What's that? What? It had night mass yesterday? Okay. All right, cool, man. All right, we getting some footage? All right, we'll get some footage of that. All right, but definitely a lot of things happen in the world of culture. All right? So, before we go to the first break and we come back with what the Prime Minister had to say in terms of telling or warning her people of dealing with corrupt officials. Oh, this is the night mass? Yeah, man. It's a little fuzzy, you know. That's what it was. It was so good. The footage and all get intoxicated. It was steamy. All right, nice man. This is night mass. All right. This night mass in Grenada. But the way all they tell me night mass, I now show New York City with steel pan. All they tell me about last night was night mass. Night mass in Grenada, yeah, it's when I see the glow sticks and thing, I know that. Because when David Villafana and I went to Grenada in 2018, that was the year with Top Striker, Lil Natty and Thunder. I remember I come back to Trinidad and I tell people, I said, that's a monster tune, you know. That tune can make it anywhere. That's a big, big one. And next thing you know, it was banging in the carnival down here too. But yeah, this was Monday Night Mass in Grenada. Good vibes, man. Yeah, and that is along the Carenage, eh? They call it the Carenage. All right, fellas? Yeah. Just like how we have a Carenage on the road there, they call it the Carenage. Yeah. Grenada, man, the night masses be a vibes, you know. Yeah, this be a vibes. This be a cool scene, man. But real vibes. But at least the year I went, with that monster hit Top Striker, I mean, you couldn't help but feel our vibes. The song itself was it was massive. That, and there was another, there were a few big tunes that came out of Grenada that year, as always is the case, eh? But that one was the monster. And that, yeah. I'm trying to remember the others, you know, boy. They had a horn tune that year too. Was real pumping too. You know? Along with some other songs there, but yeah, I remember the Soca Monarch that year, boy. That's the first time I ever sat down in a stadium and feel a shake. You understand? They just feel the whole stadium started shaking that Soca Monarch. And I don't know how much of you saw Grenada Soca Monarch, eh? Remember we showed you St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Antigua, the party monarch, which was right up, sold out. And then you had Grenada, which was sold out to capacity in the stadium there, as it usually is. And Trinidad and Tobago, I still waiting to hear and see what's going on with the Soca Monarch here. Yeah? I don't know. Because it pumping everywhere else. Right? So this was the Monday night mass in Grenada, man. Hey, wait, no, they have these, they scotch. Yeah, boy, they scotch, boy. Look up here, all up in the people thing. Hoppy all up in the people thing, boy. Alright, cool, man. Yeah, man. Well, I mean, Scotch and like Human and others, you know, they've managed to get their foot in a lot of these other carnivals, eh? Right? So yeah, man. You have a lot of people, you have a lot of carnival hoppers too, eh? People that go from island to island, country to country, wherever has a carnival, and they just hop and they go to the carnival. It's like the fellow who does be in WWE, the fan from Trinidad and Tobago. That man has been in every single WWE event. And I don't know how that man paying for that seat, you know. He had one of the most expensive seats in the house. He have it right where the camera shot is behind, and you see the Trinidad flag. You understand? What's that? Inherited? Well, brother, he had to be on a real joyride. Serious. The fella from the, or never seen it, for those of you who watch wrestling still, the WWE, it's about Trinidadian. He does always have a Trinidad flag or a rag, and he just have it right here, so, and he's always be center of the shot. Always. Whether it's Monday Night Raw, whether it's SmackDown, whether it's pay-per-views, the man right in the middle, but I don't know how the man and flying the flag Trinidad and Tobago. Huge. All right. Yeah, man. Monday Night Mass, man, was our vibes. Well, it obviously has gotten bigger from the last time I was there. Definitely, it's looking like it get bigger because it didn't have all them things when I was there. It was normal truck on the road and the glue sticks and, yeah, man. Look at that, Trinidad and we and all, look how we lose Monday Night Mass, eh, boy? Monday Night Mass used to be a big thing. But the criminals again, you understand, and we had to suffer. What you going to do? All right. Before we go to the break, let me tell you about Keolic. All right, Keolic. Several products in the Keolic range. And they include the Keolic Cleanse and Digestion. And they also have the Keolic Blood Pressure Health, the Keolic Cholesterol Health, Keolic Total Heart Health, and the Keolic Circulation Health. Now, all of these products are proven to be effective in sustaining healthy levels, and all includes the aged garlic extract formulation. All right? And remember, they are backed by over 900 scientific research and clinical trials. Okay? They also have the Keo Green Powdered Mix and the Keodophilus Probiotics. All right? So you can pick up any product in the Keolic range at a pharmacy or health store across the country. And for more information, you can WhatsApp 728-0338. That is 728-0338. That is the Keo Green drink mix there, the powder drink mix. Yeah, man. I don't read that label and see what have in it, you know. Powder green too, boy. It's really a green mix. Yeah. And well, you all will be familiar with the enzyme and probiotic, the Keodophilus enzyme and probiotic, right? But they got many other products outside of that we're now introducing you guys to. And these are the products, all right? So make sure and check them out. Find out from your friendly neighborhood pharmacist when you're going to the pharmacy and you ask for the Keolic products. Yeah, they will give you, they and all will be able to give you a little more information on the products, okay? Also, Flow. So we want to remind you that you can get non-stop protection with Armor Security with 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response. You and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Armor Security powered by Flow in partnership with All Pro Security. Protection that moves to your beat. You can visit discoverflow.co for more details. That's right. So, you know, just secure your home so that you and your family can feel safe, all right? And try this particular security package from Flow. It's Armor Security, all right, in partnership with All Pro Security. Check them out today. Very affordable. All right, with that, we take our first break. When we come back, I'll read you what the Prime Minister had to say. It was very interesting. Stay tuned.
New York Carnival, aka Reactor, is celebrating 58 years. Join us August the 28th through September the 1st for New York Carnival Week in New York City.
I come from when Tommy used to carry it.
With over 20 adult bands, over 30 junior bands, New York Carnival Week is something you cannot miss. The Mecca of Carnival, New York Carnival, kicking off August the 28th through September the 1st. We love New York Carnival. Remember to log on to the website, weatcarnival.org. Follow us on Instagram at New York Carnival. Experience the Mecca of New York Carnival. The Caribbean melting pot.
Look something to talk about.
August the 28th through September the 1st. Carnival Week in New York City. Join us for Culture Fest concerts, Panorama, and much, much more. New York Carnival, Junior Parade of Bands, and the 58th Annual West Indian Carnival Day Parade on Eastern Parkway. Join us for Viva la Carnival, the celebration.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Barbados. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
The most powerful young astrologer from India, Master Sainath, will expert in palm reading, face reading, horoscope reading, gives life-term protection for all kind of problems, court cases, husband and wife problems, negative energy, teenage issue, business problems, ex-love back, job issue, money problem, love marriage issue, health problem, reach great heights in career, jealousy, black magic, etc. He can be consulted to reunite with loved ones. All religions are welcome. Your visit will be private and confidential. Call now +186-8316-0148. Located in all over Trinidad.
Ready to unlock your potential? Welcome to Open Minds Education from preschool to high school. We bring expert tutoring right to your home 100%, with a stunning 450% growth in enrollment. We're transforming education with real results that open minds. It's more than grades, we're building future leaders with academic and life skills. Don't wait. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or register now at www.openminds.education.com.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
All right, so we're back. And as we return, we're 25 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. I must say, fellas, you're going to line up the boss said headline for me. But I must say, I nearly got a heart attack last night, you know. Fellas, my heart nearly jumped out my chest, you know. I might not be here this morning, you know. I forget to tell all of that, you know. I almost died last night. I went online. Because, remember, I went to St. Vincent in July. Well, I had my birthday in June to start with, and I went for 5 days. Then I had St. Vincent, where I went for 7 days in St. Vincent and the Grenadines in July. And we now come back from Antigua now, boy. So your brethren go on online on TNTech to check the light bill. I see my light bill is $1,611.67. Well, I nearly did. That's the highest I ever see my light bill. I don't know if it is given the actual. I can't find the hard copy bill because my uncle like he and take it out of the mailbox or they never deliver it or something so. Because he don't have it. So I don't even know what the actual bill was now for the last 2 months. But in the last 2 months, I was away for 5 days in June. I was away for 7 days in July. So my light bill is supposed to be less. Unless uncle had a big Brahman, I know. 1611, you know. Now, I don't know if when you go online, because it said last updated August 11th, which should have been real-time updating. So I don't know if that includes a period outside of the 2 months now. But the highest my light bill ever reached was $1,000. And that's when we had a visitor for Carnival, in the 2 months that we had him, because he was pumping the AC too. Huh? A rebate on what? Who does get a rebate? You, not me. I don't know how that bill ended up, so I don't know how it's $1,611, you know. But the rest are here on my head fall off. The little strands. I'm telling you. Anyway. Page 3 of the Newsday has the article here with the Prime Minister. Take some calls, right? So Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar warned members of her own UNC party to avoid the corruption that she alleged of the former PNM administration in a fiery address at UNC's Monday night forum on August 11th at Couva. It was a speech hitting both high-level corruption and low-level dependency work. I want to listen to what the lady had to say. She alleged that under the former PNM government, the CPEP program was linked to criminality and various public works agencies were linked to corruption. With the government now under fire for job losses due to the freezing of CPEP, while under audit, she said her government's stoppage of the program has unearthed a huge resistance from the belly of the underworld. She said, quote, they will use every means to oppose the dismantling of the criminal enterprise. And that is what she hit of the government's detractors. She said Minister of Public Utilities Barry Padarat and Local Government Minister Khadija Amin had been subject to threats. Reforms has real human cost. We must end state-sponsored criminality, she said. While promising to fast-track social assistance and temporary wage support for those in need, she also urged people to aspire to jobs with dignity, saying the loudest critics of the government's handling of CPEP do not want their children to be grass cutters. That is true. All of them who jumping up, Faris and all of them, you tell Faris child to go and cut grass now. See how they react to that. It's true. Nobody has a child and say, well, the child growing up say, don't worry, man, you'll get a job in CPEP. Nobody. And if that is ever your vision that you sell to your child, you have no vision, you're visionless, and you don't deserve to be a parent. You have to encourage and aspire and inspire your children to be better than how you have it and to achieve more than you achieved. You understand? Persad-Bissessar sounded a warning to unnamed individuals linked to her government who she said were seen cavorting in a fancy hotel with corrupt financiers. She said, quote, you are already cavorting with the same crooked contractors and lawyers, PNM financiers, and corrupt fake elites. You seem to have already forgotten the loyal rank and file UNC people who worked hard to put you in office. I will fire you. I will ensure you face the courts. If you continue to pattern that kind of behavior from the PNM, I'll not go to war with you. I will bust your head. This is what the lady said. She's spicy at 70-something, boy. Anyway, Persad-Bissessar chided those who wish to replace former ghost with their own ghost in a seeming reference to corruption in casual work programs like CPEP. She warned workers that CPEP was another kind of slavery, tainted with starvation wages, sexual exploitation, and criminal activity. Persad-Bissessar said, while workers struggled for a wage, others made profits in corrupt deals involving land deals and Clico assets, saying Caribbean Airlines has submitted no audited financial statements in 9 years. she questioned the running of the company. She said, quote, "I am giving the management of CAL 2 years max. Sort out the mess or look for a new job." Prasad Bisesa alleged corruption and nepotism in areas within the Ministry of Works. She complained of one area of government under the former administration of taking loans from Ita Food financiers who charged interest rates of 9% compared to other lenders charging 3 to 4%. "We are dealing with criminality at both ends of the scale," she said. Prasad Bisesa accused the former administration of transferring wealth from Afro-Trinidadians to the 1%. She said the former regime had wanted to sell off Clico assets like Long Circular Mall and Trinity Mall to its 1% friends for peanuts. She urged workers to reject starvation wages, a dependency syndrome, and a life lived in fear. Likening make work programs to slavery, Prasad Bisesa said they are a poverty trap, while a small group runs away with millions. She named 3 prominent banks whom she said needed to sort themselves out. Papa, she gone after the banks now. Prasad Bisesa alleged a businessman had walked into a cabinet minister's office and said he was getting a loan to buy land and construct a building which he would then rent out to the very same lending institution. Don't you understand? Vowing to get tough on crime, she vowed to use a scalpel, not a sledgehammer. She contrasted the fates of El Salvador, which had been made safe within 5 years, and Ecuador, which had become dangerous within 1 year, asking, which one do we follow? End quote. Prasad Bisesa said the state of emergency had seen 38 preventative detention orders signed. "Are you safer today?" she asked. "Yes." She said after 100 days of her government, the murder rate was now down by 34%, with an illustration showing this year, to date, 214 murders compared to 325 for the same period last year. I go stick up in right here. I said it last week and I'll say it again. You cannot take credit for that because we are under a second state of emergency, coming off the back of a state of emergency that was called by the previous administration. So if you're taking credit for any drop in the murder rate, you have to credit the previous administration as well, because they also called a state of emergency. And we know when a state of emergency is called, crime slows down. So you cannot take credit for that entire period. All right? I'm saying that firmly, right? I'm not going to sit here and play with statistics. Regarding the energy sector, she spoke of correcting a $7 billion revenue error that was missed by the former government. She also spoke of the need to restart the refinery and boasted that Exxon was returning to Trinidad and Tobago, touting millions of dollars worth of contracts for ultra-deep water blocks in Trinidad and Tobago waters. Prasad Bisesa said, quote, "Trinidad and Tobago is open for business," and she envisaged 16 to 24 billion in foreign investment in energy exploration. With the exception of the murder rate, that's the only thing I disagree with, is the murder rate. I don't think you can take credit for that. You ain't in office long enough. You understand? It's only, May, June, July, August. It's a little over 3 months. It's 100 days. Right? It's 100 days. You can't come in and say, the murder rate lower, people feeling safe today, 34% down. It's 2 back-to-back state of emergencies. When the murder rate is going down under normal circumstances, call me. Until then, nah, let me don't play that game. 327-7400. We're going to the phone line. Let's go. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Yeah, morning.
Yeah, man, go ahead. Go ahead. I will agree with everything else, but that, you see that murdery talk now. Let me do go there. Hello. Why he is mute? All right. He gone and he mute himself, as usual. Mute man. Let me do, oh God, don't mute yourself now. 327-7400. We go back to the phone line. We take a few calls before we get, let me try him again. Let me see if he unmuted himself. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, morning, are you? Why,
Right.
why, that is the first. Oh, yeah. Why I convinced, watching social media, that people in this country love to suffer. Because I watching a video with a woman with one eye, being very disrespectful, cussing and carrying on, because apparently she was a CPAP worker. Now that they want to implement certain things and have a head count, you know, them people are against that. They want no head count.
Well, you know, the people that kicking up like that and being disrespectful and cussing and carrying on, is that not a perfect example of why CPAP needs to be reformed?
Exactly, because up on my side on Mausika Road where I had the CPAP and Europe office, when you see people line up there,
right?
Then that is like a gangster fashion show, you know, because I working for a good enough salary and them wearing more gold chain and brand name sneakers and I could afford. But them working CPAP and Europe. So that only goes to show.
Okay.
That only goes to show, and that can tell you a story. You understand? But at the end of the day, people don't like change, especially when the change will be holding other people accountable.
Yeah, that's right.
That is the problem.
All right, thanks a lot. Yeah, and I said it, you know, change is not the same, different people doing the same thing. Change is change. It has to change. A lot of things have to change in this country if we get on track. Morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Stefan.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Stefan, before I make my contribution, I just want to ask you one thing. And we had a founder upon Mr. Stefan, Winston Priest Simon.
Yeah. What's that?
Winston Priest Simon, wasn't he the founder upon?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Right. And you hear a lot of things about Pan. You hear his name calling anytime, or his family, or anybody. That is a total disrespect, Mr. Simon, right?
Yeah.
Total disrespect, right? All right. But what I'm saying about the CPAP workers, if you want to get something fixed, sometimes you have to suffer a little bit, right? You can't get something that was real bad fixed without a little separation. You understand what I'm saying? Right? So we need to understand the system. And if for 10 years you working in CPAC and right now in a month you ain't nothing, you supposed to get out of that because that ain't working for you at all. I gone.
Yeah, man. You see, and you know, she's right. The people who jumping and screaming and holding hand and singing Kumbaya outside the parliament, you can't tell them that a child could work CPAP, you know. Their children don't aspire to work CPAP and URP, you know. You understand? So don't nobody fool you who sign up out there holding hand, taking. No, CPAP was created or ought to be like a starter program which would take you into a stage of development from one level to the next. So that you know you work there a few years and you move on to other things. Morning.
Fine.
Yeah, morning.
Yeah. Trinidad and Tobago, I want you all to understand what I'm going to say now. Listen, what we vote for, we vote not to fix this country.
But you vote for change.
We vote for change.
We vote for
change. And mind you, Stefan, take what I'm telling you this morning. I want it to be played next time what I'm saying here. Listen, people will just be walking in the next 5, 10, 15 years, 20 years. People, Trinidadians will be able to go walk on carpet, not on potholes.
Well, we hope so.
You are telling you,
I can't guarantee that.
With the seriousness, we have to go to seriousness.
We can hope so.
You see, the next disease I don't like Stefan. I want the government come and do something about it. It's disgusting. You see this pants on the ground underneath your knee here? Big man, old man, young man. Listen, that must have $500 each. Have a nice day.
All right, no problem. Yeah, but that pants under the buttocks thing, that come from prison, you know. as far as I recall, in terms of the why no on it, or maybe I could be wrong, but you wear your pants below your buttocks to let the next inmate know that you're available. And they make it a style out here. I don't understand how that is a style. I could never understand how you could walk comfortable or be comfortable with our pants down by your knee. I could never understand that. Morning.
Hey, Stefan, good morning.
Morning.
Well, no to corruption, else you'll get your head bust. Imagine a little tiny lady who is just a couple, 2 inches above a podium could hold those guys to ransom, so to speak. You know?
She very spicy at 70-something, boy.
Yes, and this is what we needed, a leader with the, with the guts, so to speak, to stand up for these big men and tell them what time of the day and they have to work. So if you start from DA, if you start from the head working, then the rest of the persons are to follow suit, jump and follow suit, in this kind of way. So we need to give them a chance, and it is going to happen. And all the other guys who spoke about the CPEP, everybody now have their own thinking on it. And it is true. If you come out, if I come out and I say repeat what the person said, if you're working CPEP for so many years and 1 month you're without a job, because you could be incapacitated, you could be injured and you don't get paid, then you don't have a penny to purchase some food or something, so things will get better.
Yeah.
You're looking better today, thank you. Take care.
All right, now. No problem. Oh, God. Hello, good morning.
Yes, Stefan, morning, my brother. You hear me?
Yeah, bud, go ahead, bud.
Yes, morning, man. I want to say good morning to all the people who was in the meeting last night in the Cuba area. Now, I heard you reading out certain clips out of the newspaper, but I want to say this morning, what I'm going to say this morning, I don't think the supporters and the people who care about the country would say this, but I'm going to say it. Now, for instance, they spoke about the vacancy in all of these various ministries. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Right. Now, to the people, the young people, especially in CPEP, the government is giving you the opportunity to visit service commission. And the Prime Minister said last night, she gave the ministers in various ministries the opportunity to fill the vacancy. Did you see that in the papers?
No, that was not in the article here.
You see? You see? So you activists, you ground troop of the UNC, help Ms. Prasad Bissessar to be a stronger leader, because she is very strong. I was there last night. And let me tell you, all young people in CPEP, go and apply to service commission, especially I feel you will get a special attention because you will be coming from CPEP.
Right.
The amount of vacancy in service commission, she wonders why the government did not fill those vacancies.
Well, I didn't see that at all in the speech. I go back and listen to the speech because I didn't hear the speech last night. I reading from the papers this morning, so I go back because I remember that Barry Padarat said about a few weeks back. He said there are vacancies that need to be filled in the public sector, and CPEP workers will fill those vacancies. I did hear him say that. I heard him say that.
And that was supposed to make newspaper this morning. So I'm making a clarion call. Good morning to Brother Tabraki. I'm making a clarion call to you young people in CPEP. Get up and go to service commission and choose your ministry that you choose. You could work in and they would find something there for you. Because according to what I heard last night from the Prime Minister mouth and Mr. Barry mouth, CPEP have young people working for 10 years in CPEP. That is impossible.
Yeah, that's madness.
That is impossible to do.
Yeah.
And I want to say this, I want to close by saying this one. Who is the advisor to the Brother Alexander, the man who in charge of security will scourge on these people. Who are the advisors? Because I want to say this. If the police service is looking to raise funds and raise money and make money by coming and telling the police service that you'll be getting an incentive for more tickets, did you think it would have been better to sell out all those derelict vehicles? Those derelict vehicles, millions of dollars in derelict vehicles.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars in derelict vehicles in Trinidad and Tobago here right now, pack up all of the fire services in the army base, in the police stations, and them have a set of derelict vehicles.
Yeah.
And if you wanted us to come with that policy concerning the police getting award for most amount of ticket, all you have to do is wipe the slate of all outstanding tickets clean so the public will understand it, so people would not have been upset. All you have to do, because you know you will catch people still, why didn't you wipe the slate? But this is not bashing, this is, I am saying something that die-hard supporters of any political party will not say. And the government will not lecture me for saying this. This morning, people blessed. I'm locked on and listening, Stefan.
Yeah, man, no problem, man. Yeah. I'm going again. Hello, good morning. Morning.
A warm and pleasant good morning to Stefan Rees.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you ain't sent me I ain't seen the WhatsApp yet on the information, eh?
Yes,
it was you?
There, it's there, look. When you said 2022, I thought it was me you're referring to.
No, it's our next man calling, but the man break down and the man was really emotional about it, but WhatsApp me the information so I could send it to the person.
I sent it to you already, sir.
Where?
Yes, I sent it, yeah.
But I'm not seeing that in the chat here.
Well, I'll resend it. However, I just called to see the president of Trinbago, Mrs. Beverly Ramsey Moore, and her team is doing a magnificent job in promoting PAN in the entire world and regionally.
Right.
I just called to say that she's doing a wonderful, magnificent, and a tremendous job. And one more thing, I listened to a piece of the 100 with the UNC, and I was hearing some kind of comments based on the president and her husband. I think something good at all, you know, because if it was the previous prime minister making those kind of derogatory statements, everybody would have been jamming them hard on social media.
Who made those statements?
The present PM.
When?
She used some last night on.
Like I tell the previous caller, I didn't listen to it live. I read in the article this morning. I ain't see that in the article. So I gotta go back and take it in.
Although the pictures were looking like when you have black and white TV back in 1970 something, you know, the graphics was well poor.
All right.
However,
I didn't see it.
The first gentleman made a mistake with that, and like they were getting kicks and joke over the first gentleman, and then I hear the word puppet came out with regards to the president, and I'm telling myself, this just sounds like rum shop business, man. This is not professional at all, because since I know myself, I'm 56 years old now, and the days of Dr. Eric Williams, what's my total respect. You see the young generation now, they just don't have no respect for nobody, and the wrong thing is the right thing with them right through. These young people, what's me? That is what have Trinidad and Tobago in this mess, you know, because a lot of people just turn a blind eye to the proper thing. You understand? And they're condoning the wrong thing. Have a wonderful day, Mr. Stefan Rees.
All right, man, no problem. And send me the information, because I not seen it on the WhatsApp on the WhatsApp thing. I'm not seeing it there at all. I only seeing missed call. That's why I'm trying to call the program. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Stefan. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yes, the PM last night did call the president's husband's name. She could not remember, corrected herself, if he should be referred to as the first husband, the first man, or whatever, but she was corrected after, and she corrected herself by saying the first gentleman.
Okay.
And she referred to him in the context of having PNM using one lawyer all the time for several court cases that they had, and certain lawyers, I think he's included, getting millions of dollars for these briefs. And she was referring to him in that manner. It wasn't derogatory, in my opinion.
Okay.
But other people would take it.
Well, I mean, you've got to put context. Context is important to any statement.
Correct.
So
correct.
I don't know the context because I didn't
happy.
hear it. So yeah.
Well, you take a listen, and I'm very happy that she took a page out of Mia Motley's book, and talked about the banks, because the banks are killing people, and you know that they're killing people with the rates and the charges. If you go in the bank and you sneeze hard, it's a charge inside there.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very happy that she focused on that. And I now referring to my PM as the Iron Lady in terms of Margaret Thatcher. She is now boss of a leader, and I'm very, very proud of her. And she's right. Listen to her speech. Listen to it last night.
Okay, no problem.
Excellent.
Yeah, I want to go back and pull it up.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Have a good day.
All right, you too. I just couldn't stay up, boy. I couldn't stay up. Hey, man back from vacation, boy. I don't know if you know you get extra week. Morning.
Stefan, good morning, Stefan. What's going on, man?
Well, I'm like, you're back from the cold.
No. I up here for a good little while.
I thought you're traveling.
Yeah, we up in the cold here with my daughter getting she in school at college and things.
All right, good man. Because people call and they ask me, I said, well, usually during July, August, backporders travel.
Yeah, these are different agenda here.
All right, man.
Stefan, you know what I always tell you? People would be invited to have ceremony and they'll get 100 nice things and they'll look at the one bad thing and that will be their interpretation of the whole, you know, occasion.
Yeah.
And we in Trinidad and Tobago like to see things how we like to see it. It's like the gentleman that has called and pick out one issue about the 100-day plan and make that the highlight of the occasion. And then now, for 10 years, the whole occasion was bad, but they would find one or two little pieces in between where they get a little handout and thing, and they're going to make that the highlight of the situation. So we always have agendas. And you just ask yourself, what it is this government that coming into office really doing to not to want to have a better Trinidad and Tobago? Every single thing that they're doing so far is for having a better Trinidad and Tobago by doing the right thing. And people oppose that. People having an issue with that. You know, what's the kind of reaction we're getting with CPEP, which really is a help for people. We understand that. But when you close on a refinery that was helping the country and the nation, we didn't have a big issue about it. You close it down, professionals, people with qualification that could contribute to something meaningful. We didn't have. I do think after Petrosen closed down, we had a talk about it for the next week or two. Everybody has gone about their business and say, okay, Petrosen shut down. We don't have that revenue coming into the country, and it was okay. Now CPEP is a big, like we groom ourselves and culture our way of thinking for just help, for handout, for no productivity. Not that I'm saying that CPEP ain't productive or anything.
Yeah.
The function of the people is good. You need that. But Trinidad and Tobago didn't supposed to be in that place where a majority of the population depends on handout to survive. That's supposed to be people volunteering. The last resort for Trinidad and Tobago is supposed to be that. And that all started with the same man we were talking about had so much respect and thing, Eric William. Eric William threw honey and capture all the flies of corruption in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, as soon as I see some little thing taking place, it's over-corrupted and all this kind of thing. So people are to get act together. And let me tell you something. You see the young children we're talking about? It's not the young children, you know. It's the example that they're following from the parents. Because I have children, I don't see my children them behaving and getting on like how they're referring to the young children nowadays, don't have no respect and all kind of thing. My children have respect, but they they have parents that making sure that they follow and do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So if parents don't have that time and want to invest in the children and see that they follow a right path, you can't say it's because of what the children them seeing. They're seeing the parents first before they see what is taking place outside the door.
Right. Yeah.
So we need to really rethink how we just see things in this country. Otherwise, we have nowhere to go. Have a good morning, Stefan.
Yeah, man.
Take care, man.
And enjoy the vacation.
Yeah. A long one, but it's coming along.
And you over some pork, eh? You had to make some pork for me.
Who knows, we might bounce up in New York, man.
You outside for that long?
I mean, outside for a good little while.
All right. Nice man. I was we could bounce up there, no frighten. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right, that is Barakpur the inside, man. Barakpur boy, you know how long we are from Barakpur? All right, whole strain. Now, like I said, I have no problem with anything the Prime Minister said. As far as what I read in the papers here, with the exception of that crime rate thing, I wouldn't go jumping around taking credit for a 34% decrease in the murder rate, because I mean it's two SOEs we under. All right, when we see that kind of reduction in murders under normal circumstances, we could get to that conversation. But all in all, I think it is good for her to point out her own people that you know she's seeing, because she's talking about what she spoke about here. To the people who in the government right now understand the statement that your leader just make. She said to an unnamed individual. To unnamed individuals linked to her government. She said in that meeting publicly that you were seen cavorting in a fancy hotel with corrupt financiers. And she sounds a warning. And she and just say she go fire you. She say she will make sure you go before the court. Understand what your leader just tell you. And understand that for her to know that it was in a fancy, she don't know the name of the hotel, everything, you know. She doesn't want to call the name of the hotel. But for her to know that it was in a fancy hotel with corrupt P&M financiers, as she terms it here. She had eye bending around a corner, you know, watching all that, you know. Her eyes are on you. Because she put all it to do her work, and anytime you stray, she gonna find out about it, and she put in all on warning that she knows. She know all the whereabouts. So don't play. You understand? That's like fellas, that's like you reach home. You know you reach home. You reach home after hours, when you're young. And your parents, your father or your mother come and say, they ask you, where was? And they give them a story, and they say, all right. And they start to hit you all the information of where you was. And you don't know how to get that information. Because back then, they had no cell phone. You understand? But they know all your business. You have to get quiet, you know. Now you're like, when your partner and them come and tell you, boy, let me go sooner, man. You're like, nah, I don't feel I want to go there, you know, because, boy, my parents have a way to find out everywhere I go, you know. You understand what I said? Now you're in check. You think? Yeah, boy. For her to do that publicly, she mean business. There is no reason, right, for her to say that would put her and her government in any, you know, good position, for her to point that out publicly. And she should be credited for that. Because there are many leaders that have put that under the carpet and try to deal with it behind closed doors. And she's saying publicly at a Monday night forum, talking about 100 days in office, where she knows people watching. She knows people watching because it's 100 days. People want to say, well, we're doing now 100 days. Even the critics want to hear we're doing now 100 days. So for her to say that publicly in that meeting, on that platform, boy, all you better watch all yourself, eh? It ain't only boss said, not true. It is cutthroat one time. All right, Open Minds Education. So people, mornings don't have to be stressful. No school runs, no endless traffic, and no tired children in the back seat. Open Minds Education, the Caribbean's fully online school with live classes from preschool to secondary. Caring teachers, of course, will bring lessons to life so students can learn confidently from home. And it's not just screens. Students will take part in fun in-person hangouts and exciting events the whole family can enjoy. So resitting the CSEC in January or May, June 2026, their 3-month power prep courses cover papers 1, 2, and 3 with expert teachers who will help you feel ready for the exam. Visit openminds.education or WhatsApp them on WhatsApp them on 388-6635. That is 388-6635. And it's Open Minds Education Beyond Boundaries. We take a break. When we come back from that break, Jasha, Francois, and the autopsy. We'll talk about that.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Introducing Open Minds Primary School Lessons 100% online. Get quality education from the comfort of your home. Affordable, expert-led online tuition to help your child succeed. Register today. Call or WhatsApp 388-6635 or visit www.openminds.education.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high-quality, unbleached, bromate-free, all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate-free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canoopia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
All right, people, so we're back. We're 7:07, of course. Setwiola board is coming up a little bit later down in this hour. Before we move forward, I want to remind you about Eden Heights. So Eden Heights Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean, and they offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, including prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, oxygen baths, and more. Consultation services are also available, and you can get consultations in detox programs, arthritis, heart disease, high blood pressure, knee, shoulder, back pain, and more. So check them out at any one of their 3 locations in Trinity, Chaguanas, or Tobago, and you could give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You could also WhatsApp them on 4939-196 or email them on edenightsdistributors@gmail.com. All right, so check out Eden Heights today. And Flow, that's right. So do not forget that Flow offers you protection that moves to your beat. Stay protected with Armor Security. Sign up for the Protector or Commander package today and get a free security camera and installation. Armor Security, powered by Flow, backed by All Pro. Visit discoverflow.co for more details. All right? Check out Flow. Okay. On Friday, we had an unfortunate incident that was highlighted by the parents of a 6-year-old child. That child's name is Joshua Francois. An investigation was immediately launched by the Prime Minister. She ordered an investigation to be launched by the authorities. However, there were 2 autopsies that took place. So I'm going to read you the article. This is a young man, the child, the unfortunate incident occurred with that cost him his life. And you know, looking at the youth man, I really feel it for the parents, you know. I mean, when you look at a child, and you know, you look like a very charismatic young man he would have been. In both of those pictures, he's smiling from ear to ear, you know. And to know that, you know, you're in the hospital and you know, you carry a child to the hospital and that is supposed to save lives. And then you have the unfortunate experience of being present during an intravenous medication process and see your child die in front of your eyes is something I think that no parent could recover from. There is no amount of therapy. There is nothing that you could do to take away that memory, that experience from a parent. Right? So the parents of 6-year-old Joshua Francois have been given an autopsy report which details how and why their son may have died while being treated at the San Fernando Teaching Hospital last Thursday. Pathologist Dr. Hubert Daisley found signs that Jasha experienced a sudden and severe heart problem while receiving intravenous medication. This appears to have caused his heart to fail in pumping enough blood, which means he went into shock, which damaged his kidneys and led to the swelling of the brain from a lack of oxygen. During the crisis, he vomited and inhaled the vomit into his lungs, which caused serious lung injury and contributed to his death. The findings suggest the likely trigger was an adverse reaction during IV medication. The pathologist noted that the findings was his preliminary opinion, with final confirmation coming after further lab tests on tissue samples and toxicology. The autopsy findings, a copy of which was obtained by the media, was 1, inflammation of the lungs caused by inhaling vomit. Oh God, it jumped. Oh good Lord. Inflammation of the lungs caused by inhaling vomit or stomach contents. Small red spots on the lining of the lungs, often linked to oxygen deprivation or trauma. Bluish discoloration of hands and feet due to lack of oxygen in the blood. Significant swelling of the brain. Weight 1100 grams, which is high for a child. Sudden kidney damage, likely due to shock, which is caused by a severe drop in blood circulation. Enlarged heart, 140 grams, with thickened left ventricular wall, and part of the small intestine was swollen with excess blood. The doctor believes that Jasha Francois, a 6-year-old, suffered a cardiovascular event, and this likely caused cardiogenic shock, which is when the heart can't pump enough blood, acute kidney injury, and severe brain swelling due to oxygen deprivation. Right? During this episode, oh God, where is I reading? Yeah, he would have vomited, inhaled it into his lungs and died, right? The most probable trigger for this chain of events was the IV medication, right? The key points listed here is that the death appears to be linked to a sudden collapse in heart function during medical treatment. The body showed evidence of oxygen deprivation affecting the brain and other organs. And the final cause of death will depend on microscopic tissue examination and toxicology, which is a test for drugs, chemicals, or toxins. Now, I don't have much time because we got to get to set, but as the parents explained it, when they first administered the medication, right, which was it magnesium sulfate, I think it was, the child had a negative reaction to that. They stopped, and then the nurse returned, according to what the parents said in the video, and said that the doctor said that is a natural reaction to the medication. I am still trying to figure out when the nurse returned and administered the medication for the second time. Right? Or why was the nurse allowed to administer this thing for the second time? Because if you take medication and you have a negative reaction to it, which your child did, you wouldn't take it. You wouldn't take any more. You will stop taking it. Not so, fellas? Because obviously something is wrong somewhere. You cannot tell me that you are administering a medication to a child that is in that level of discomfort and you continue to administer it. And while you come in, because this is the second time any nurse come back here, just going off the top of my head in accordance with what the parents said. The father and all said that he had to hold his child and said, don't worry, his medication. So the nurse didn't see or didn't have the experience to recognize that this thing was killing this child right in front of their eyes. I am speechless. And I'm speechless because I often tell you all, in situations like this, I try to put myself in that situation. So I put myself in the nurse's position, the father's position, the child's position in my mind. And I am trying to come up with some logical explanation as to how this was allowed to happen. Look at that little boy. How? Where was the doctor? Where was the doctor? Why didn't the doctor come to the ward to check on the child after the child got the negative reaction from the first the first time they administered the IV? That's somebody's child. Or that was somebody's child. And there is no reason for me to sit here this morning. Based on the autopsy report, and there's a second report that showed the same thing, that the death was triggered by the IV, by the meds. And there is nothing I could read that tells me that if it wasn't for that medication being administered, that child would not be alive today. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah,
now,
man.
the two reports indicating that what is saying happened is the same thing. One gave a more detailed reaction as to what happens when people take medication. There are people now who would react and respond different to the same medication. One could be fatal and the other one could be life-saving. But what I'm not hearing what caused the child to go in the first instance, whether it was dengue, whether it was pneumonia, whether it was something of the sort, so others could now guard against these things and act in time rather than wait for when it becomes an emergency. This is a very serious situation. But there's another situation in San Fernando, a lot of discrepancies. I have a close relative who is on chemotherapy, and they went in here to get a CT scan, and after waiting for 4 months, they will tell them that they had to die and put them on a waiting list now for another 4 months. So these are delays that causes people now to either die or something happen very, very critical.
Yeah.
So we need to look at the medical system in San Fernando and now correct some of these ills.
Yeah.
On another note now, I just train a little bit from it.
The Prime Minister gave 100 days report. We either satisfied or we dissatisfied. But you're indicating how we expect to go forward and what you expect from everybody going forward. And of course, there's always room for improvement. You have a good day, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I am stunned after I read the two autopsy report. I am stunned. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah,
There's we need to understand, he came in for a dry cough, right? So that's what a persistent dry cough.
Yeah.
And that's what he came in with, yeah? Now, as the gentleman just said, different people react differently to different medication. But if he's a boy and he's let's say he weighs 60 pounds or 50 pounds, right? And you as a big man weighing 100 and something pounds, the dosage is different. And you need to understand, did he get an adult dosage or did he get the dosage for his age and weight?
Correct.
That is correct. I just sent something to you there on magnesium sulfate, and if you probably look back, you will see something dealing with what magnesium sulfate is, what it does, yeah. And once it is that thing to do with salt, that sodium, it brings you. I went through that already, and I faint. I almost faint. I had to get water immediately.
Wow.
Yeah, and I vomited, and on two occasions, and I talking about recently, two occasions, I had to get water. I was like, water, and the nurse told me, well, you can't drink the water from the tap because it's not good. I had to get a bottle of water, and I just want water. Right? Okay. So it probably does make you thirsty and that kind of thing. And if that is put into the vein, into your bloodstreams, right? It could dry up or absorb the water in your system much quicker than you could realize.
Okay.
And you need to investigate and understand that aspect of it. It have a lot more that I could say, but I won't keep any time on this.
Yeah, my brother,
okay?
thanks. As a matter of fact, when Seth comes on, Seth is going to, Seth will speak on this, on the magnesium sulfate. He'll give you a little information on that as well. And the other question is, as I take this call here, why, if the child came in for a dry cough or for a persistent cough, why go to a type of medication that seems to be more severe than some of the other basic medication? Like, long time you get a child thing, Tylenol, or whatever the case might be, you know what I mean? Morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Why go to a more...
Here we have
Yeah.
Here we have again another avenue and another issue where accountability. Over the years, all these things will be happening and we don't hold them accountable for what's going on. These things unacceptable. That doctor, those nurses, they go when you go mountain, they come in like they go to a normal job to mix concrete and they vex like they did in hot sun and they dealing with you like they don't care, they're just making the hours and they leave. That healthcare is a different avenue. You need to be more passionate and take care of people's lives and hold them accountable now. You see what happened here? This happened here, that boy life gone, hold them accountable. They lose their doctors lose their license, those nurses need to get out and go and start to work KFC now. Move them out of the health system. Hold them accountable.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Stefan.
I agree with that. I agree that it's time that, we've seen incidents in the medical world, medical sector, where things have happened and there has been little to no consequences for people in the medical field. I've often said, as I learned very early in my stay here at Breaking Dawn, doing the show, I remember I went to Trin City and I met with a guy and he was explaining me a situation that happened to his wife. He's now without his wife and she went in for a basic surgery, and something occurred that was not supposed to occur. And the problem is that there is no doctor within the medical fraternity that would stand up and say, hey, my colleague was wrong, that this should not have happened. What will happen is that the doctors will come together and protect each other, and you get no justice. Because let's make no mistake about it, it ain't just crime, you know. The medical sector, and this is not a knock on all doctors, I'm not saying that the doctors are bad, but sometimes there are errors that are made and there is no consequences to those, to the errors that cost people their lives. And I saw how heartbroken that brother was, and that is when I learned that in order to win a medical case in Trinidad and Tobago, you have to get a doctor from outside to fly in, who have no connection to the doctors down here, to give a testimony in order to get justice, and that ain't no easy task. So hopefully this one, I am hoping that this situation is the one that will, or the person, right, 327-7400, let me take the call, I just had to vent that. But I'm hoping that this is the situation that will turn the wheel in the direction of people getting justice. This is a 6-year-old child. Look at this child. Come on, man. All right, people are all messaging, boy. Let me take this call here. Yeah, morning. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
All right, I gotta go.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning. Stefan, when you were speaking about...
I'll try this one. Morning?
Yeah, good morning, Stefan.
Yeah, morning, go ahead.
Great show. I'm making this comment about 10 times already for the last few years. And the last guy talked about accountability. And I made this simple suggestion that all nurses and doctors, and even all public servants, carry a certain number, an ID number on the chest or whatever it is, so that they will identify who came and who say what. Because if you go right now in the hospital and you say which nurse worked that shift, nobody will know. That simple thing about putting an ID on public servants and nurses and doctors will go a long way in accountability.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thanks a lot. Let me see this one here. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, that same thing happened to my son in Montauk. In Montauk Hospital. That same thing happened to he. They gave him a IV and Johnny hat.
What did your son go in there for?
A dry cough in the throat. Same kind of thing, and they give him the IV and the Johnny hat. His name was Keon James on Smith Hill.
And did you get any kind of legal, did you take any kind of action at all?
No, was a whole cover up. We try to get a lawyer, but you have to have money to fight them. The whole system corrupted. You understand? By same thing, Johnny hat. Yeah, Keon James. Yeah, on Smith Hill. Yeah, Johnny had the same cough, everything.
Did that make the news and stuff, sir?
Yeah, I think they didn't make it in the news, you know. I think so, you know, and maybe they come here and interview we here inside we house.
Okay, I'll see if I can find the article on it.
Yeah.
All right, but condolences on your loss, and I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm sorry that you didn't get the justice that you deserve.
Yeah, we didn't get justice. The child lawyer, but I don't have money. Same thing happened to my son.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny had the same cough, everything.
Okay.
Yeah, Montauk. Yeah, all right, brother. Thanks.
All right, my brother. Thanks a lot. Yeah, what the man says, same cough, went in. Yeah, we say, you have money. That's the next aspect. I didn't even raise that part of it. That's the next thing too. When you had to challenge these systems, you have to have money to get a lawyer. You understand what I'm saying? And that, Lord Father, everything is designed against the common man. Morning.
Hello, pleasant morning, Stefan.
Yeah, morning, man. What's up?
So many doctors that I'm arrogant too, no? Because you're going on, sometimes you're telling them this medicine not agreeing with you, and they're still pushing, telling you go ahead and take it. It go subside after a while. At that time, I telling the doctor that they give me Diamox, and I telling them why I feeling like pins underneath my foot full of needles.
Yeah.
And the woman keep telling me go ahead and still take it. I stop take it on my own. I stop. We will find an next solution. They don't listen.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, man.
All right, listen.
All right, with 7:31, set is coming up. I'll take this final caller. Hello, good morning. Morning. Caller, I hardly hearing you. I hardly hearing you. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, hello, morning, Stefan.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
All right. I is a disabled person, right? And I'm going to tell you what going on. The doctors and them say that they're going to do a biopsy, which is just to remove a chip of bone to see what was the problem, because they wasn't seeing nothing happening. What was the problem? They did that. Nothing came. When they came back, they didn't say what else they did. You understand, man? Later on, when I went back now by the hospital and gave my report, a foreign doctor was showing me that they also remove a part of the spinal cord. And he telling me something about some scar tissue, and they got to go back in to remove it. So I went to our next doctor. My cousin them came to our next doctor, and what he's telling me is a year after the fact. You can't do nothing. Lo and behold now, on TV, I listened to a lawyer who is stating that it's 4 years after. From the time you know, you have 4 years to take action. You understand me? So you see how the doctors and just cover for one another?
Yeah.
He's telling me it's a year after. You understand me?
No, yeah, you have a...
This is how we just going Trinidad.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is how we just going with the medical fraternity. I disabled since 1990 something.
Yeah.
Can't study it again, it done happen. All right, thank you.
Yeah, my brother, thanks a lot. Let me just say this, That's it for the calls for now, fellas, because we got set coming up. During the pandemic, I stood here firmly. Well, not stood, I sat. I sat here firmly, and I said, hey, these vaccines are not properly tested. We don't trust them. Right? But I get called all kind of names by certain people when I challenge the whole COVID thing, right? All remember I challenge that, right? Nice. I stick my neck out and I challenge it based on just common sense and logic. But remember, they were forcing that on you, the same way that they forced medication on one of the caller's son that led to his death, the same way that they forced it on the last caller as well, or the caller before. It's the same way they try to force this thing on people during the pandemic, right? And we had people that had adverse reactions. Alicia Sibaran has lost her life, was paralyzed from the neck down. She never got any justice. Well, I think now the matter is being dealt with in the court, but we'll see if she does get justice. And Dr. Siriram, you and I, we go talk. I know you was trying to get on to me a little while back, and I was up and about. I was in St. Vincent all over. Right? But we go deal with that when the time comes. Right? But I saw the adverse reactions that a lot of people were getting. You dig? And they wanted to tell you it's safe. Yeah? They wanted to tell you it's safe. Right? So the fact of the matter is that we know for sure that within the medical sector, errors are made. Maybe they mean well. I think most doctors mean well. But sometimes you have to trust your gut as an individual. If something is not agreeing with you, don't take it. I don't nobody force you to take it. And that is where I have a problem with the medical sector. You see, they believe in medicine so much that they don't even see the negatives. They only see they only try to sell you the positives, but they don't ever tell you about the negatives, you know. Right? And they train you to believe. And in training to believe, imagine that a father sitting there in front of his son, his 6-year-old child, seeing his child fighting up and panic. And remember the father said it in the video, eh? He sat to hold my son and said, don't worry, son, it's medicine. That is the psychological effect, right? Or the job that they have done on people's mindset. That you see in your child dying in front of you, and you saying, cool it, it's medication, son, and the nurse still pumping it. I'm not saying that the father is wrong for anything. I'm just saying that the way that we look at medicine is like they brainwash you into thinking that way, that even when you're seeing something wrong with your own 2 eyes, you're still trusting what they're doing. I have my same uncle, 70-something years old. The man had prostate for the longest while. He trying to get the laser treatment in San Fernando. The machine never working. He went and he joined the clinic because the laser treatment is less time recovery now. It's only 2 weeks recovery as opposed to operation, which is months, and he don't want to sit down for months recovering. But he gets sick with the catheter, and because they put it in bad in Woodbrook Health Center. The man went to change the catheter. They put it in bad, caused the man all type of complication. He ended up down in Valley Medical. They tried to fix it, they couldn't fix it. They sent him St. Augustine. When you get the bill, it's $40-something thousand. You understand? And it still didn't fix properly. He ended up in Mount Hope. After spending $40-something thousand by St. Augustine, he ended up in Mount Hope. When he reached in Mount Hope, they come and give him a biopsy. They do a biopsy. You know what they tell the man? He has stage 4 cancer. The man walking around healthy all the time. The man come home moping, studying, he has stage 4 cancer. He say, oh God, boy, at stage 4 cancer. I say, man, give me a chance now, boy. Wait, tell me about stage 4 cancer. I so always believe everything them doctor and them tell all here. I say, you walking around the place, you more health, you more brisk and more energetic than me. Walking around, you walking all kind of thing. You go tell me you have stage 4. If you have stage 4 cancer, you in your bed lie down. He's still alive today. He still had to solve the problem with the prostate in terms of the operation. But he's taking a little treatment with Ignite right now for the last few months. So we see all the ozone therapy. So we see how that going. If it's going to bring down the size. What you have is you have a swollen prostate. They tell the man he has stage 4 cancer. But I know why he's seen in my 2 eyes. You understand? But they're telling him, and had the man worried and convinced that he has stage 4 cancer. These are the things. These are the things with the medical fraternity that you really had a question. Anyway, we got to take the break. As we go to the break and we get to set, I just want to remind you, final commitment here. The Trinidad and Tobago College of Therapeutic Massage and Beauty Culture. All right? Have you ever considered a lucrative career in massage therapy or cosmetology? Why not call the Trinidad and Tobago College of Therapeutic Massage and Beauty Culture Limited? They are now enrolling for September 2025. You could learn from the experts of 40 years in the field, train for a job in the fastest growing industry in the world, and they are registered with Ministry of Education and the Accreditation Council of Trinidad and Tobago. They also offer a gate-funded program, so you can call them now on 658-3907 or WhatsApp them on 4961111. You can also visit their website, www.ttcollegeofmassage.com. Stay tuned. Set is up next.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility. comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
New York Carnival, aka Reactor, is celebrating 58 years. Join us August the 28th through September the 1st for New York Carnival Week in New York City.
I come from when Ronnie used to carry it.
With over 20 adult bands, over 30 junior bands, New York Carnival Week is something you cannot miss. The Mecca of Carnival, New York Carnival, kicking off August the 28th through September the 1st. We love New York Carnival. Remember to log on to the website, weatcarnival.org. Follow us on Instagram at New York Carnival. Experience the Mecca of New York Carnival. The Caribbean melting pot.
Look something to talk about.
August the 28th through September the 1st. Carnival Week in New York City. Join us for Culture Fest concerts, Panorama, and much, much more. New York Carnival, Junior Parade of Bands, and the 58th Annual West Indian Carnival Day Parade on Eastern Parkway. Join us for Viva La Carnival, the celebration.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So, when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So, even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
The most powerful young astrologer from India, Master Sainath, while expert in palm reading, face reading, horoscope reading, gives life-term protection for all kind of problems, court cases, husband and wife problems, negative energy, teenage issue, business problems, ex-love back, job issue, money problem, love marriage issue, health problem, reach great heights in career, jealousy, black magic, etc., he can be consulted to reunite with loved ones. All religions are welcome. Your visit will be private and confidential. Call now +186-8316-0148. Located in all over Trinidad.
All right, people, so we are back. And as we return, we are 14 minutes away from the hour of 8 o'clock. We got 10 minutes with Seth Wyall aboard, and he's on with us via Zoom. So we're going to bring him in immediately. Nice, man. Seth, what's going on?
Good morning, Synergy TV, Stefan Muse, and all of our viewers. Well, I am fine. But I know what I want to discuss this morning is not an easy topic to discuss.
Yeah. But somebody had to do it.
Yeah, somebody had to do it. And, it's very unfortunate what happened with Joshua Francois.
Yeah.
Being so young and to lose his life at that age, all right? So my condolences go out to the family and friends, because we also have to remember that when someone dies, especially someone that young, it affects the people around them even more, right? Not just the family, but remember, this is a child in school.
Correct.
Right? So you're going to have, all their friends and even the teachers and stuff. This is a very devastating thing when we have a life that young lost.
Yeah.
All right, but I want to get into it because I saw two autopsy reports. One I saw that was first talking about with it being a respiratory, his cause of death being respiratory failure, and that was linking it to viral pneumonia. All right, but I want to share my screen a bit here so that we could see some things. Let me just share my screen here, and let's understand some things that took place. All right. Let me know if you're seeing the screen here.
Yeah, see now, but it's black. It's black right now. Right, nice.
All right. So his final hour. Let's take these things into consideration. When he came into the hospital, remember, he came in for this dry cough, right? And of course, we found out that it was a lung infection. But his oxygen level was at 95.
Yeah,
right?
95%. Yeah, that's what he had.
Right,
Yeah.
which is stable enough to have you on a nebulizer. It's not perfect, but stable enough to have you on a nebulizer. And then the IV was administered, which was magnesium sulfate, and vomiting and pain in his hand. That was his reaction.
Right.
So, of course, we saw where the fathers, alerted the nurse, and it was paused. And then, according to the father's statements, right, in the video that I saw, that the nurse went and checked a doctor and came back and they said, well,
correct,
children normally would react this way.
Yeah.
So it was resumed. And within 20 minutes, collapse, and then under an hour, death was pronounced.
Yeah.
All right. Now, one, we have to understand something. When it comes to a lung infection, having an oxygen level at 95, for that to cause the death of a child, that can take days to happen. It's not something that happens
immediately.
Within an hour.
Yeah.
Cannot happen within an hour. Stefan, oxygen level 95, death within an hour, not possible.
Right.
Especially in a child. Not possible. All right? Now, let me share something else here now. Let me show something else here. So let's compare the autopsy reports from the first one that I read. It says cause aspiration pneumonitis. It was linked to viral pneumonia.
Yeah.
Infection was blamed. Right? The timeline was not stressed, because if you stress the timeline, you know that cannot be viral pneumonia. That would have to be some kind of new super pneumonia that would have come into existence.
Right.
Right? The independent autopsy by Professor Hubert Daisley, that shows heart failure, so cardiovascular event, during IV magnesium sulfate administration, right? It says defining brain swelling, kidney injury, cyanosis, enlarged heart, all of which goes in line and in tune with that of the IV, which would have been due to an overdose.
Right.
Now, the contradictions between the two reports, right? And I think we have to take that into consideration. How is there a contradiction between the two reports?
Well, I'm
Right?
wondering. I'm wondering the same. Go ahead.
So I would say this now, and then I'll go into show some. I'll mention some other things. That is, to me, an attempted cover-up.
Right.
Right.
The first one saying the infection was to be blamed, and the other is saying that the medication.
Correct. Right. So if they didn't do the independent autopsy, what would have happened?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know for a fact that this is a case of malpractice. Right? How I can say that? Well, let me share some more information with you with regards to magnesium sulfate.
Right.
So first, magnesium sulfate is a drug used, right, in cases of severe asthma,
Okay.
seizures, and eclampsia. Severe cases of those things, right?
Right.
That's what it is used for, all right? When it comes to being administered, especially to children, the dose must be exact and precisely calculated in accordance to the child's weight, right?
Okay.
The infusion must never be rushed, all right? Must never be rushed. And the child has to be monitored continuously to ensure that there is no adverse effect.
Right.
But something else a lot of people miss, calcium gluconate, which is the antidote, must be there on standby, just in case.
Well, right.
Right?
So
calcium gluconate, right?
Right.
Now,
go ahead.
If any one of those steps were missed, malpractice.
Yeah.
If any one of those steps were missed, it is a clear case of malpractice. This is the overdose risk. Breathing muscles stop, right? So it will cause respiratory paralysis, right? You get a severe drop in blood pressure.
Right.
The heart slows or stops, so cardiac arrest.
But which is in line with the second autopsy, the independent autopsy. Yeah.
Exactly. Collapse within minutes. Death if untreated immediately. And that is exactly what happened because he died within 20 minutes.
My thing
is exactly what happened.
Well, I'm now finding out, because we haven't heard, you're the first person that has actually brought to the discussion the antidote, which is the calcium gluconate.
Correct.
I haven't heard that conversation in anything. I haven't seen that term used in any of the media reports that in administering magnesium sulfate, in the event of an adverse effect, calcium gluconate is used to restore,
That has to be on standby. That has to be on standby, right? Just in case. Remember, this is a child has a small body. Right. I know I heard somebody calling and said that, different people might have different reactions. No, an overdose of this drug in anybody would cause the same effect.
Right.
Right?
Because it has to be calculated by your weight.
It has to be calculated by weight, especially in children. It don't have a general dose for children. It has to be precisely calculated because the margin for error is razor blade thin when it comes to children, right? It has to be precisely calculated. Remember I called you Friday morning, right?
Yeah.
And I told you, I said, Stefan, this drug is what killed the child. Right?
Yeah, you told me that off the bat, yeah.
Yeah, off the bat. Because at the moment I saw it, right? For a child children usually get lung infections. But that also brings up another point. We have to focus our attention more on prevention of illness than medical intervention, right? We need to reduce these medical emergencies, prevent children from going into the ER, to avoid situations like this from happening. Because where truth might be suppressed, you know what that means? If truth is suppressed, there is no justice.
Yeah.
Once truth is suppressed, there is no justice to take place, right? So, and that is what these two autopsy reports is showing me, right? It's an attempt to suppress truth. A good thing for the independent one,
Yeah.
right? But like I said, we need to focus on prevention. We need to ask, well, why did the child get sick in the first place? You have to ask that question. And how can that be prevented? Right? So we heard stories, people calling in and talking about their experiences with this medication and that medication. We need to get off the mindset that we even need medication. We need to focus on other means in which to keep the body from getting sick. Instead of looking for interventions, people, see if you could find any pharmaceutical drug with no side effects. You could never find
you wouldn't find that, yeah.
right?
They all have side effects, yeah.
They all have side effects. Is we have to get out of the mentality of relying on medical interventions, right? Drug interventions to help our issues. How it is I don't get sick, right? Because my focus is always on nutritional therapy. Nutrition first, right? Nutrition is it all the time.
Yeah.
I could break down scientifically what caused the lung infection, you know. I could break that down and show you, right, how the body would have been inflamed, causing reactions in the lumonocytes within the lungs because of the body being in a more acidic state, and that has to do with what has been consumed. Remember, it's holidays. It is holiday time. You know how much sugar children are consuming?
Yeah, when they're on holidays, it's
You know how much?
Yeah. I remember when I was on holidays, yeah, plenty.
Exactly. You know how much parents do not know what they're supposed to be feeding children?
Yeah.
We think feeding children all these highly ultra-processed foods and snacks, we think these things are great, well and normal and okay for a child. They have a smaller body than us.
Yeah.
Things that are harmful to adults are 10 times worse for children.
For children, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We need to focus on that. Right? Now, you mentioned it just now there. We have such blind trust and allegiance to people in so-called authority that we would even ignore paternal and maternal protective instincts.
Yeah.
We would ignore that to trust a doctor or nurse because they're in certain positions. Right? If I go into detail, and that's what I have mentioned earlier, that I have a book out. That's what I have in my book showing these things. Right? We ignoring these things. And then we complain over the consequences.
No, remember, I mean, you see, Seth, that's why we have a couple minutes here. But before we go to wrap, but remember, we met during the pandemic, not so?
Correct.
Right, and we both were like, what is going on? Like, you know, what is going on, people? Because people just complying blindly with, you know, like people not doing the research, not taking into consideration the side effect. It reached the point where when people who were perfectly well, they went and they take the shot, and then 2 days later they get a stroke or they get, and people were trying to say, well, they don't know if it's the vaccine. And I like, but if I was perfectly good, the only thing I went to do in the last 48 hours before I get a stroke is I take this thing. And how can that just be totally ignored and wiped from the books?
And that's the power of fear, Stefan.
You understand?
The power of fear. Fear is your greatest or one of your greatest motivators. But if you fear the wrong thing, you're going to be motivated in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Now, I'm mentioning this. Next time I'm on, I am going to be addressing the topic of CDAP and the effects that have had on the general population.
Right.
Right? And we have gotten into this habit of depending on medication, not understanding we're supposed to be fearing the medication more. Right? The use of medication have even removed our fear of diseases. So I have a good friend of mine, PhD doctor, right? And I remember talking to him, close friend, and he mentioned and he said he real afraid of diabetes, right? And I agree with him. Some diabetes is something to fear because it is a death sentence. But because of easy access to drugs, people don't have the fear of diabetes again.
Right.
One of the deadliest diseases in the world. people don't have a fear of, right?
Yeah.
One of the deadliest diseases in the world, you are diabetic, that is a sure death sentence.
Right.
Sure death sentence. I have no second guessing that. Sure death sentence. But people don't fear it anymore. And if they watch the statistics, deaths have gone up in this country. But next week I'm going to come with all of that data and show you all.
Diabetes,
right?
yeah. Diabetes number one.
And I would show, right? And I'll show the impact of having that mindset. Look, we lost a 6-year-old. Are we going to continue along that mentality? Are we going to continue with that?
But I mean, in closing, I think this case is ripe for for an investigation and whatever has to take place to lead to some serious consequences to what took place in this incident. Because I think the whole country should be paying attention to this issue with this 6-year-old, because I've fed up here people complain about the healthcare system and things like that. And we heard some of the callers with their experiences as well. One caller said that the same thing happened to his son. And he had nothing, couldn't do anything. He had our money to go to get a lawyer, all kind of thing.
Are they going to utilize nutritional therapy? As long as people's mindset are not on nutritional therapy, this is not the first, it's definitely not going to be the last. It is going to continue because we still don't want, when people come to me, I've had people come to me, Stefan, I just show people the truth backed by the highest degree of information and science. And some people, they see it, they understand it, but I don't want to change my lifestyle.
Yeah.
Then death is at your doorsteps. That is all. You're going to depend. I have had people left from by me and say, you know what? I ain't going to do your program. I go in and trust the healthcare system and I go in and go the line of medication. You know what I heard about them after they died? They died because they trust a system that is not designed to fix your problems. Medication is symptom suppression.
Right.
That is only going to give you temporary relief. That is not going to fix your problem. There is only one way to fix your problem. You have to address root cause. And then people would come to me and say, well, the root cause is this and that and the other. I said, that is not a root cause. That is a symptom. A lot of people
there's a
think
difference between a symptom and a root
cause.
cause. Yeah, I can understand that. People could mistake very easily symptom for root cause, but they don't understand it because they're not going that deep. But we out of time.
Exactly.
Right? But next week, you know the CDAP issue.
I'll be addressing CDAP.
All right, no problem, man. It is Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, people, as you can see there, and it's powered by nutritional therapy. That's right, nutritional therapy. And of course, at Setwayo's Clinic, they work on reversing diseases rather than managing them. And they specialize in reversing digestive disorders, hypertension, diabetes, cancer, cardiovascular diseases, and more. It is drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. And you can call Seth or WhatsApp him on 279-3935 or 761-1952. Those are the numbers. Book your appointment today and rebuild your health from the inside out naturally. Seth, next week, man.
All right, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. All right, people, with that, we take the final break, and then we come back with the birthdays.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Leisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Leisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Leisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Leisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Greetings to you all in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior, the sweet rose of Sharon and the Prince of Peace, Christ Jesus. I am Ezekiel Johnson Fort, and I am pleasured to inform you of the newest branch of the Christian Union Church, Trinidad and Grenada District, San Juan Revival Ministries. If you are desiring prayer, healing, or that closer connection to the Heavenly Father, then the place to be is at San Juan Revival Ministries. And allow me to ask you one question. Are you living a life without Jesus Christ? Do you desire freedom from spiritual bondage? Then the only solution to your problem is Him. In the book of Matthew chapter 11 and verses 28, it says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And this is mostly speaking to those of you who are Christians and you might not have a place to fellowship. Come. Fellowship with us at the Christian Union Church, San Juan Revival Ministries. Come, be edified and equipped by the Word of God, preached by the man of God, Senior Reverend Bishop Dave Donation. You will be empowered by the move of the Holy Spirit of the living God. Come and be comforted. If you desire to be an environment that shows compassion and care for your spiritual needs, growth, and development, then fellowship with us at number 1 Bagatelle Corner, Saddle Road, every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. I look forward to seeing you there, and God bless you all, and may the peace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, be with you now and always. God bless you all.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secure parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
All right, people, so we're back. I was talking with Chef there. I had to tell Chef, don't come Friday. Because I'm on a diet. I am, Ole will wait till next week when my diet is a 2-week diet on. It's 2 weeks, that's 2 weeks. Ole hold strain for the 2 weeks. Right? Let me, oh God, let's sexy touchdown in New York, man. Let's sexy touchdown in New York, man. God, good with that. All right, so we got 4 birthdays and we got to wrap up. Happy belated birthday going out to a beautiful aunt, Riza. Wishing you many more years to come from your loving family. And her birthday was yesterday. So she celebrated her birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Riza. Nice, man. Boy, cake, boy. Things I can eat. Also, happy birthday going out to Peggy Shah. Peggy celebrates her birthday today. And she's enjoying her 58th birthday. All right, so Peggy Ann, happy birthday to you. Nice, man. And she says she loves watching Breaking Dawn. Nice, man. We love that you love watching. Yeah? She likes Chef. She go like Chef next week. Also, we would like to send a very happy 4th birthday greeting to a little gem, Tristan. Tristan, you have been our greatest joy and you fill our hearts with pride daily. May your birthday be filled with love, excitement, and a lot of wonderful surprises. We love you, baby. From Mommy Manda, Daddy Terrence, Mama Joe, Grandpa Ro, Uncle Keeg, and Grandpapa. All right? Nice, man. So that is Tristan. Lovely. And finally, we want to say happy 65th birthday to Asha Mohammed. This is coming from her 2 children, Amir and Anisa, and her 5 grandchildren, and her 2 sisters, Mala and Shanti. All right, and Asha is a huge fan of the show. We're glad to have you as a huge fan. For all the fans of Breaking Dawn, all right, don't forget we have the Breaking Dawn Christmas party coming up on December the 6th at Center of Excellence. Well, let me talk to Center of Excellence because I don't know which party to use. We want to make it the biggest Christmas party ever. So, are going all out this year. All out. No stone will be left unturned. Anyway, we wrap up for today. Until tomorrow, people, have a great day.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.